Good evening, folks, and welcome to another episode of the C-List Villains. I'm your host, AJ. We've got Red and Luke, and E-Man will be joining us shortly. He's had some technical difficulties, but he'll be joining us hopefully within the next couple of minutes. Gentlemen, good evening. How are you all doing?
So good.
Happy Monday. Happy Monday.
41-38 Grizzlies into halftime.
Okay.
Happy belated Mother's Day to everybody. That's
happy belated Mother's Day.
Thank you.
And single parents. Not don't have to be a mother, but happy Parents Day too.
Oops.
Hey, and rest in peace, Vicky White.
Wait, who's that?
She's the prison guard who broke out the prisoner.
Oh, she died?
She's dead.
What, they shot her up, or what was that all about?
She crashed. They crashed the car, then I think she died from injuries.
Either she shot herself or he shot her. But she broke him out on the day of her retirement.
So wait, I mean, I know of this story, but I don't know what the breaking news for today. So there was a car chase, and then
they found him. They chased him. The car rolled over, and she was either shot by him, or she shot herself, or accidentally shot her in the head, and she has now passed.
And what about the prisoner?
Fine.
Of course he's fine.
Of course he's fine. He's just going back.
Yeah.
He's just going back.
Yeah. Of course he's fine.
Of course.
He was the one driving.
Oh.
Well, the lady who just retired with full pension from the sheriff's office after decades of service. Why do you got to break him out on the day you retire, though? Like, retire, you know what I mean?
Well, I don't know what she found in him anyway, because he's younger than her, and is she looking for more dick or what?
Well,
I don't know.
They're already in the same last name.
It was a good 11 days for her, so.
Well, R.I.P. Vicky White, I guess. So, I mean, do you think she was suckered into this, or what? Or was it true love?
You know what? I used to volunteer at a prison in Folsom, California, and
that's a hardcore one, isn't it?
Dude, that's maximum. But they have people come in, and the liaison, the person who gets you ready, he's like, all right, I'm just gonna tell everyone. I tell everyone coming in here, these guys are fucking master manipulators. So you're going to go in there and you're going to think that you just made yourself a best friend? No. They don't give a 1% about you.
Authorities believe Vicky suffered a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head.
I can't believe it was self-inflicted, though. I think, unless she was just like, fuck it,
Well, because she broke the guy out of prison, that means she's going to prison.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they could have used some sort of she was manipulated. I mean, she's going to serve time, but it's not like a life.
Yeah, sentence, no, she probably would have done a year, maybe 2. I don't know.
Oh, man, lady.
But yeah, they were never. They were don't get into long conversations. They will try and trick you any way they can to try and do anything.
Well, yeah, R.I.P. to her.
Love is a motherfucker, gentlemen. Love is a motherfucker.
And not to say, E-Man's back.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
How's your audio now?
Bark.
No, let's check. 1 2.
There it is.
There it is. Good.
There we go.
Hey.
Bark like a dog.
Arf, arf, arf.
E-Man, don't do that. Don't do that. Do not let. Stop
Woof.
it. Stop it, E-Man. See, this is why Red gets away with stuff because he told you to bark like a dog and you did it. Why would you do that?
Dude,
Because
did
it's a
you
part
guys
of the
see the
movie.
did you guys see the West Virginia inbred people interview?
West Virginia.
No, what are you talking about? What are
Okay.
you?
Soft White Underbelly, Soft White Underbelly is the best YouTube channel out there. In my opinion.
Oh, Mimi be watching that. What the heck? Mimi watches that stuff. She
I love that guy,
she-
man. And he interviewed some inbreds out in West Virginia, like for real inbreds. And this one guy barked like a dog to communicate.
Yeah,
Because his parents had 15 kids,
so
and they were cousins, first cousins, or brother and sister, who knows. And so one of the kids of the 15 was basically raised by the dogs. And I'm not kidding. He cannot talk. He can only bark.
What is this show? What is this called?
Soft White Underbelly. It's on YouTube. It's a YouTube channel where they interview people who basically from the streets, from the hood, Skid Row, just a bunch of craziness. It's heartbreaking and eye opening both at the same time. It's
But this
really
is that
trippy.
the dog barking guy. After you watch it, you're like, holy shit, this guy's smart. Like he's there. He's not just gone. He just barks to communicate, but like he's totally conscious. You're like, this guy, I think his name's Ray. And he is
That's crazy.
I'm like, this guy needs to like come on like Jimmy Fallon or something, because I would, and not in like an ironic way, but like a respectful dude. Ray, put on a suit, baby. You're coming out of the hills. You know what I mean?
Soft White Underbelly. That's what it's called.
Yeah, it's a
fascinating.
YouTube channel.
This
All right.
cat is fascinating.
I like how there's a banner for it.
I had to put it on, so I remember to check
watch
it out.
Soft White Underbelly. They do not compete with us because they have 3 million viewers.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he's a different thing. But it's called Inbred Family. And that's the title too. He doesn't try and beat around the bush. He's an inbred thing. But he raised money for him. He did like $50,000 for him.
They already made a movie about that. It's called Walk Like a Man
What?
with
Is that
Howie
Bill
Mandel.
Murray?
Howie Mandel.
About a person talking like a talking like a
that
dog.
vaguely sounds familiar.
He was left in the forest by his parents, and then he was raised by wolves. And then they found him because the parents died in order to inherit the cash. And Doc Brown right here, he's the guy that's supposed to give him the cash, but he's trying to keep it for himself.
And Doc is looking good right there. Dark hair.
Yeah.
Doc
1987. So this just right after Back to the Future.
Did we
Right
forget that
after.
this is Christopher Lloyd, not Doc Brown?
Doc,
Yeah.
Doc,
He's forever
Lloyd.
Doc Brown.
We'll call him Doc Brown.
Doc.
He's forever Doc Brown. He's never gonna shake it.
Morty!
Why would he? Why would he want to? He got it as already a middle-aged dude. It would be like if one of us got like a AAA casting and like a crazy, you know what I mean? Like we would not just like treat it lightly. We'd think it was, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Patrick Stewart getting Picard.
Oh, okay. You brought up Patrick Stewart. Let me take notes. Hold on, because that's something that we're gonna need to bring up for this
But Christopher Lloyd was
review.
great on Clue.
That's an old 80s movie too.
Hey, if you know, what's that meme? Well, like you know, Tim Curry, but whatever movie the first you watched him in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine will be The Worst Witch and Clue.
Not gonna lie, Clue and Rocky Horror.
You know, I don't think I can definitely say I've never seen Rocky Horror from beginning to end.
I did.
Why do you say it like it wasn't? It's
It's like
not
is
that
it like
good.
Kentucky Fried Movie?
No. Oh no.
It's nothing like
No.
Kentucky. But Kentucky Fried Movie, soft porn.
Kentucky Fried Movies just like 47-second skits of just a bunch of nonsense. The Kentucky
It's
Fried
soft
Movies
porn.
great.
I've
Wait,
never
what
seen.
Are you,
Kentucky
what are
Fried
you
Movie.
watching? It's not soft porn.
Kentucky Fried Movie?
At the end, yeah, you got the softcore stuff.
No,
at
all
the end.
throughout it. You got the shower scene, you got the mom scene, you
Oh
got
yeah,
the,
Big Jim Slade or the black dude was like, you know,
That was such a running joke between me and my cousin Alex for years. Big Jim Slade.
Man, you guys are doing deep cuts I've never even heard of.
And then
Oh.
there's that guy that looks like some dude
It's worth the,
Daredevil.
it's worth the watch, AJ, just for the ridiculousness of this movie. It's just a movie of a bunch of skits just put together. That's really it.
Yeah,
Don't expect anything but just mindless entertainment, whether
And
it's good or
racism.
bad.
and
Yeah,
racism.
but this movie came out in the 70s, so like the racism was just like one of those things that was just a part of everything.
And it's called Kentucky Fried Movie.
Kentucky Fried Movie.
Everyone
When did
from
it
the
come out? I think it
70s
came out in
is a
79.
Soft racist.
Oh, 77.
What was that, Luke?
Everyone from the 70s is a soft racist.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah,
can tell.
definitely.
Blazing Saddles is one big example of that.
It's Blazing Saddles.
What was the other one
great.
with Steve Martin? The Jerk.
You know what? I've never watched The Jerk.
I don't think I've ever seen The Jerk
I've
either.
never seen The Jerk.
From beginning to end.
The Jerk.
Oh.
Dude, Steve Martin gets raised by a slave family in the cotton farm, and then he goes, out in the world, and then thinking he's black.
Wait, Miss So, Invisible People, was that Coney 2012? You guys remember that? You guys
Invisible-
remember Coney 2012?
What movie?
Cody 2012 is the guy from South Africa or Africa that kidnapped all those girls
Yeah.
in the school.
They were trying to get the Joseph Coney arrested by UNICEF or whatever.
Yeah,
I
they
like
never
how
found him.
Brandon in the chat is just like, the Doctor Strange is a 7 out of 10 for me. Just trying to break up this conversation.
Hey.
Speaking of Kentucky Fried Movie, Doctor Strange 2 is a 7 out of 10 for me.
Oh, and Gallows Man, the Kickstarter is out now. Go to
You fucker
this make comments.
came in and say we were boring, so I'm gonna break it up a little bit. All right.
I like how the chat just went ahead and dictated exactly where we need to go next.
Like you guys are bullshitting too much. Let's get to the review.
All right. Well, before we get to the review, this is more important than the review.
Yeah, Cody's still out there.
I don't know what you just said, but whatever. We've got to say rest in peace to artist extraordinaire, creator extraordinaire, George Perez passed away this weekend. Man, Neil Adams and George Perez in 1 week. It's
Dude.
the
What was
legends.
the over under on that one? Like, who was gonna go first?
Look at those beautiful George Perez covers right there.
You know what? And see, this is where I feel bad not going back and collecting like as far back as some of you guys, because I knew of George Perez, but if you weren't Image, I don't know you, and that's not me saying that I didn't care about any of the others before. It's just all I knew. However, I do recognize that people like Neil Adams and George Perez, they paved the way for McFarlane and Jim Lee and everyone. And I just wish I really knew.
They were the.
I wish I knew Golden
before
Age
them.
and Silver Age and Bronze Age like you guys do. Like that, I feel bad for not. The George Perez passing doesn't hit me as hard, but I see how it affected the community, and it's still a huge blow to the community.
Yeah, he was one of the nicest guys, nicest dude.
He's hella photogenic too, because every picture he's taken like this.
He is.
Just a huge smile. Every image that I see that everyone posted over the last week since he's passed, or the last few days, is just him smiling with his fans, and it looked like he genuinely cared about the people who read his stuff, and that's nice.
Dude,
That's
Donnie
really
Cates.
nice.
Did you guys see Donnie Cates' tribute to George Perez?
No.
Donnie Cates goes to a con. What I don't know what con it was. Maybe LA Comic Con. When he was 13 years old, he said he had 10 George Perez books to a panel, not a signing, but a panel. Not knowing that they don't do signings there, and you had to have a ticket to get in, and it was sold out. So he stood there in line and gets to the door, and they're like, "Sorry, kid, you don't have a ticket. Get out of here." And he was so bummed, and he turned around and was walking away. George Perez jumps up out of the panel seat, runs to the door, and grabs him, and was like, "Hey, kid, I'll sign all your books right now."
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's
I'm
awesome.
not kidding. Like, he just posted it. I'm like, no wonder Donnie Cates is in comics.
That's
I'm not kidding. He jumped up out of a seat, out of the panel, ran to the door, and was like, "Kid, I'll sign all your comics. Don't go anywhere. Stop the panel."
That's like Mean Joe
dope.
Green giving his jersey to that kid in the tunnel. That kind of deal.
Who
Seriously.
gave what? Where?
Mean Joe Green? Yeah.
But that was a commercial, though, right?
Yeah, but I would say it's around that same.
Yeah.
That's not the same commercial. Someone got paid to do that, and it was scripted. Not the same.
It
Same
is,
energy.
but LeBron. Hey,
Same
LeBron
energy.
did it. He gave his shoes walking out. You know.
Oh,
to
a lot of
kids.
basketball players do that though. Here's my stinky shoes, kid.
They do, but I mean, it's still a cool thing when players do that. So
It's hella cool.
In
But
real
Perez
life,
doing
yes.
and arguably you could say that may have been Donny Cates' origin story
oh,
into wanting to become a creator. Like,
That.
what if he wouldn't have done that? He would have walked away. Comics fucking suck, you know. To throw the comics away out the door. It wouldn't become like a gas station attendant or whatever. You know?
That's why he's a hero and not a villain. It's because of that moment. God damn it! You should have been.
yeah.
a
If it
villain.
was us, I'd be like, "F off, kid."
Oh, are we changing the name now to Steelers Heroes?
No, man. It's
See
always
this
more fun to
villains-
be the villain. It's always more fun to be the villain.
Hey, I want to go up against the A-list heroes. I want to meet the A-list heroes on YouTube. If there's an A-list heroes out there, we need to talk, buddies, because we got things to say to you.
There's heroes.
Come on, where's the A-list? See, look, if you guys start a new YouTube channel called the A-list heroes, I still get 5% of all earnings from that because I gave you the idea.
But yeah, so George Perez, yeah, I mean, a terrible loss to the comic community. Neil Adams just passed away. I mean, yeah, we're starting to lose the older legends.
All right, who's going to complete the trifecta now?
Did we
Don't-
just
don't
Vicky
look-
White,
don't-
right? I mean, did we just say Vicky White? She just
Vicky White ain't in comics.
I was thinking Frank Miller, but hey, if you're gonna be at MegaCon, get those Frank Miller cigs, baby.
Frank
Don't-
Miller be looking. I don't think he's looking his age. Like I think he's looking a lot older than what he really is.
He's raw.
Yeah,
He's
him's
looking
looking-
raw. Get
him's
those
looking-
Frank Miller cigs.
No, but you should have seen Neil Adams before he died though. He was still fighting through that sepsis.
Oh,
he
yeah.
was losing weight drastically.
His look, he fell off a cliff. It was like 6 months ago. You know what I mean? He was looking good, happy, healthy, and then it was just like sepsis is no joke. I mean, that will tear you up. That will tear you up fast.
Oh, yeah.
That's the sewage just pumping right back into your body, and you got.
Yeah, no, seriously, yeah.
you gotta get that shit. I'm sorry, that was a bad joke. That was terrible. I'm so sorry.
yeah. All right. Well, let's move on to something a little more
Thank
a little more happier, a little more
Thank
positive.
you. Thank you, Red.
You're welcome.
Continue on, AJ, please.
Not to
And
sound great,
scene.
but if you're going about a decade, it would be someone from. Yeah, let's not. Yeah,
No,
let's,
you know what would be devastating to our group is if Casey and JoJo died before their age, because we need more Casey and JoJo in our life. Jodeci.
No, Casey's gonna go first.
I don't know.
I don't know.
You
And
never know.
JoJo's had some. The guy collapsed. Yeah,
No,
no, we're
We
not.
got
We're,
cocaine versus diabetes. Who's gonna go first?
they've cleaned up. They've cleaned up though.
Not Casey.
Casey's still hurt, right, man. He's him.
I think
Bobby
they've
Brown
cleaned up.
got clean before Casey.
Yeah, look, Bobby Brown's still affected by it. You can tell by the way he walks and talks.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on to. We're not talking about people dying and all that other crap.
Actually, we were.
All right, let's move on. Move on to Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness. Let's talk about the good, the bad, the ugly.
I'm sorry, Dad.
Do I need to put you guys out? All right, Multiverse of Madness: the good, the bad, the ugly. Luke, why don't you give us? Let's go on with the good for Doctor Strange. Luke, what do you think? What were your thoughts on the good parts of the movie?
The set design, art design, costumes were all insane, Oscar worthy, beautiful. Maybe some of the most beautiful costumes I've seen in the MCU. I loved it. The different worlds, gorgeous,
Yeah.
Even the little
gorgeous.
patch on the cape, it was nice.
Yeah, the little nice touch at the end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cape looked great. The blue patch, loved it.
Red, what did you like about the movie?
I like their little trip through the mirror universe, and then going through the whole gamut of every multiverse that they have to go through until they landed in one, where they met or they went to a universe where Doctor Strange was already dead. But yeah, you got to see a little bit of the paint universe, the cube universe. So those are fun. But I do have my cousin found a plot hole, which we'll discuss later.
Okay.
Otherwise, my favorite thing was Zombie Supreme Strange.
Okay. All right. And E-Man, the good.
The good, Elizabeth Olsen. Her acting was quite fantastic. It was amazing. It's gonna sound really funny, but I liked how her accent came back for a little bit, and how she was able to switch between Scarlet Witch and hometown Wanda. Like, she was able to switch back and forth and play two different roles. Very, very very similar to recent
Oscar Isaac?
Isaac. Yeah, just being able to switch personalities on the fly. I really enjoyed Elizabeth Olsen's acting, and I truly believe that that's Oscar worthy too.
Yeah, because she did that in the thing in New Jersey too. Because when she was in that world, she lost her accent. When she's out of it, then
It
she
comes
spoke.
back. Yeah. But it didn't come back and forth like she was in, what was it, Westview? This was a little bit different because you can hear the different tones and just the differences between Wanda and Scarlet Witch and Westview Wanda. Like, she played three different characters.
Well,
in this
now that the
movie.
Darkhold is in her, that meaning that the Scarlet Witch persona is gonna be the straight English speaking one, while versus the Wanda would have the accent still.
Well, here's something that a friend of mine pointed out, and I
You
didn't
have other
catch it.
friends?
I had, yeah. You guys are my other friends.
We're the other
We're
friends.
talking
We've
about-
already
other
determined
friends.
that, Red. We're the other friends.
No, but for real, I had a friend of mine. He had said that when she's calm and normal is when she does the, I guess, American accent, and then when she gets upset, that's when she flips to
Sokovian.
her Sokovia, where like she can't control her emotions, so then her real accent comes out. I didn't even catch that until like he said that. That is good acting there,
Yeah.
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 And that's what I really, really enjoyed the most. Out of everything in this movie, it was her acting. Like, I want to go back and watch it and really pay more attention to her, focus more on her when I watch it.
Right. Overall, from the good for me, I'm just gonna say, and I know E-Man, you say that I am a Marvel hater, but I enjoyed this movie. It was enjoyable. Like, I didn't have to think too much about it. It was just a fun, like, adventure movie, and I was cool with that. And
Just
I
took it at
understand.
face value.
Yeah, exactly. And I liked. Well, I don't say I liked. The only thing is, and I guess this is part of the bad, but I can elaborate on that later. Is you have to have watched Vision and WandaVision to see the turn. That's the only thing. Like, if you didn't watch the show, then it's kind of jarring to see her so evil so quick.
Yeah, it's like for some people who just jumped into this one right after Endgame, it's like, wait, I thought she was good. Well,
Yeah.
you have to go read, you have to go read X-Men number 278 that came out in, 1990 something in order for you to understand this. You have to go back and watch WandaVision. Now, the 278, that's just a generic term. That's not nothing.
Yeah.
I just threw a number out there, guys. Don't. Don't.
And
blame
overall, I mean, even the introduction of America Chavez, I was kind of thinking like, why are they introducing this character in this movie? But it makes, I mean, I don't know her power set, but if her comic book story, if her comic book power set is in line with the movie, it makes sense why they had to bring her on to this.
So I did a Wikipedia search on that because I don't know who America Chavez is and what she does. Apparently, her powers was actually comic book accurate. She can jump through the multiverse, and when she opens up the portal, she does have that big, annoying star that comes up. But we'll talk about that part later on. But yeah, it seemed like America Chavez was comic book accurate.
Okay. And I did like when they were jumping through different multi dimensions. The paint world was crazy, you know.
By the
I
way, by the way, real fast, she was created by Joe Casey and Nick Dragotta.
no.
Yeah, Nick Dragotta. We just talked about him like not too long ago too.
Yeah. I mean, I
That is pretty cool.
I liked her character. I wasn't so sure whether or not I would like her, but I found her a good character, and the acting was, you know, for someone I've never heard of. I've never seen this actress in any other movie or TV
Ah,
show.
she could have worked out, or he could have just brought in Rick from Rick and Morty. Rick Sanchez does the same thing.
Yeah, that's the same.
I mean, I don't know, man. This
Different
actress
properties,
had a
man.
lot of range as far as emotions. So
She wasn't annoying.
yeah, she wasn't annoying. Yeah,
She fit brilliantly. I was like, she was really starting to rub off on me at the end. I was like, I like this character actually.
yeah.
Like I could see her doing some cool stuff.
Yep, Young Avengers, here we come.
Totally.
I mean, that's what they're setting up, right? I mean, we have almost all of the puzzle pieces are there for Young Avengers, right?
Yeah. Were the two boys that Wanda had, were they the same actors that they use in the show?
Yeah, they filmed those scenes right after they finished WandaVision, because that's 2 years later they would have grown a little bit older.
Yeah, they had the same haircut and everything.
One year, because WandaVision came out at the beginning of last year.
Yeah,
So.
it's supposed to come out the same year.
Well, but I
because
think
of COVID.
they filmed it though
Yeah.
a while back.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was fun. It was it was good.
All right.
I really enjoyed this movie. This was I'm gonna rewatch this one. Which I tried watching Spider-Man again. Struggled a little bit. Rewatching Spider-Man.
Yeah, if I'm gonna watch Spider-Man, I have to just fast forward to the second half where they all meet up. That's the only entertaining part, really.
I need to watch it again.
The first half, a little boring.
Yeah. Well, what about the bad? Is there any bad to it, Luke?
Totally. Yeah, you could say there was some bad. I mean, making Wanda, god of the multiverse with the Infinity Gauntlet, just mowing down everybody. I was like, okay, come on now. She's powerful, but can she defeat the entire Illuminati in less than 90 seconds? I don't know.
But hold on, remember, she is an Infinity Stone powered super being, and then on top of that, it's very possible that she had other powers prior to even getting that. So she might have powers on top of powers, and that's why her and Pietro survived the experiments. Is that they're probably something else before they got experimented on.
All these guys got powers from every kind of net. I mean, being able to just shred through them she literally shred through them like paper.
Yeah.
It was like, come on, like, and Professor X just like that fast. I was like, come on, like this is not realistic. None of it's realistic.
Wow.
In terms of the comics, yeah, the
Right.
Illuminati were like level 1, like, and maybe it was they were just too trusting from the Earth that was too trusting, maybe.
No,
they never even outed Strange. Like they didn't even punish him. Like he had to punish himself. You know what I mean? So maybe they were just too trusting. And John Krasinski holding his hand out Wanda, please, you don't want to do this.
Then
I'll
it
be
turns
your
to spaghetti.
best friend. I'll give you back rubs every night. You know, it's like, dude, attack!
They're probably the weaker Thanos too. That's why they easily defeated him.
Yeah, because he just had a poke. You know, he had a hole right in his heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what about you, Red? What was the bad on your opinion?
The bad would be all the spec books that were introduced for this movie, and then all of a sudden, with seeing how it's supposed to match up, and the appearances were nice, but their time on screen was short.
Wait,
So
Mhm.
like
I think a
superior
lot of
Iron Man
people,
didn't come out.
yeah, a lot of people are gonna be mad for buying books at 10 times the price, and then all of a sudden, when they watch the movie, like, holy shit, my book is gonna go down.
It's going down like crypto, baby.
We've got a special episode regarding dead
Yeah.
specs next.
Well, yeah.
this
Oh,
Thursday.
and then let me pop this up on the screen real quick. And this is the thing that my cousin had caught uh, as a plot hole,
And I think a
because
lot of people saw this too.
yeah, it's let's look at this text where this this exchange with Nick Fury and Peter Parker Quentin Beck, where
What movie is that from?
this is Spider-Man Far From Home.
Far from home.
And
Right?
so this is the assumption that Quentin Beck did really come from multiverse, but he didn't. Okay, so here he says there are multiple realities. This Earth dimension is 616. I'm from Earth 833. Now, if Beck did not really travel from multiverse to multiverse, and he gave this current reality Earth 616, how did America Chavez also know that the current Earth that she went to is also 616?
No,
You
America
lied.
Chavez didn't know. Christine was the one that I hated that part. That was the bad part.
Quentin
I
Beck
think
lied.
Christine was the one that
Quentin
pinned-
Beck lied, but did he get lucky by just saying that the current Earth is 616, or was there, something that we're missing here? Where did America Chavez like run into Quentin Beck, or we don't know yet. But that's a pretty huge plot hole.
I'll just chalk it up to a plot hole that will never be explained.
Or retcon later.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't think they're going to.
yeah,
I think they're just gonna. It was written in like that.
yeah. They didn't know what was going to happen in Multiverse of Madness.
It's a really big reach.
Yeah. E-Man, what's your bad take on this movie?
the storytelling. Honestly, what was the point of the Book of Ashanti? If it's supposed to be the exact opposite of the Darkhold, they were working so hard to get the Book of Ashanti, and a lot of it was an adventure to try to find it and get it, and they didn't get to it, yet we still didn't really know too much about it. Now, here's another thing, too. Why did we introduce another being that can jump the multiverse when Doctor Strange already kind of opened it up in the previous movie? Now we have...
Hold on. I got to say something. Book of Ashanti?
Yeah.
Book of Vishanti.
It doesn't happen without Ja Rule, all right? What would I be without you? All right.
This is his moment right here. This is your time to shine. I need you to keep singing that right
And
there.
what happened to the fire demon? The fire
Ashanti.
demon that was guarding the Book of Ashanti. What happened to that one? It just kind of like disappeared.
You know, and then on top of that, like I don't feel like we needed the Book of Ashanti. Is it? It's Ashanti, isn't it? Or is it
Vishanti?
Listen, Ashanti is still around. I mean, Murder Inc. for life.
Well, okay. Look, we didn't
It's
need
murder.
the book. We didn't need America in
Every
the story
time
to
he's a
introduce
lady.
another- We didn't need another element to bring in the multiverse. Honestly, I think the movie would have been just as good. As a matter of fact, I think the story would have been better if you left the book out and America Chavez out. Focus on the Darkhold and just realize and use Doctor Strange, from Spider-Man, how he opened up the holes in the multiverse, and just continue on from that. Now we have 3 different stories regarding a multiverse in the MCU, and it's like I feel like it's too much. We didn't need a third one.
Right.
Ashton says
Thank you,
Vishanti,
Ash.
not
Thank you,
Ashanti.
Ashton. Yeah, that's that's. I'll bring that up again, AJ. He's reading the book of Ashanti.
Well, and see, what a lot of people don't realize is that this all would have come together so perfectly if they would have given Scarlet Witch her actual origin, which is not the Infinity Stone. Her actual origin is from the spirit who wrote the Darkhold book, Chthon. It's this demon being that gave Scarlet Witch her powers and wrote the Darkhold.
Okay.
She didn't get her powers from the Infinity Stone originally. That was
that was something that they just changed.
That they changed that, but that's not her power. She's a witch. She gets her powers from the demon. The demon also wrote the Darkhold, so she uses the Darkhold, and she's really one of the only ones who can even use it. Otherwise, it can only be used by a demon.
Another thing that I felt was bad was the octopus at the beginning. Like that's an Avenger level event. Like where was everyone else during that another attack on New York? You know, it's like we should have had other Avengers involved in something like that.
Remember the dagger of Ashanti?
What the fuck?
I want the knife, please.
Oh.
Ask again.
Just say Book of Ashanti. What's love got to do with it?
No, that octopus was, I forget its name, but it appeared in a bunch of comics. It's a sentient being.
It's a
it wasn't just a monster. It wasn't just a henchman for Wanda, because I guess him or her and the other fire demon were just henchmen for Wanda.
Shuma Gorath is the name of the octopus.
That was a great death too, man. He just stabbed the eye and took it out.
It appears as an adversary.
But it should not have been able to be killed that easily.
Oh, this thing actually showed up in a Doctor Strange comic, Marvel Premiere number 10 in September of 1973. So it actually does have comic book ties to Doctor Strange, which is pretty cool.
Well, definitely people are going to have calamari after that one.
Shuma for years.
All right, let's move on to the ugly of this movie.
Can I go?
All right, you can go first.
Oh my god, his fucking hair bothered the shit out of me. His hair at the beginning when he was at the wedding, it was just like it was like he put too much it was too much Gorilla Glue in there, and then like throughout the whole movie it was just like the same style, like that same messy style throughout the whole entire movie. After that, his hair bothered me, like I couldn't stop looking at it. I don't know if it was a wig. I just think it was just Gorilla Glue. It was bad. Whatever. That hair was atrocious, bro. Go do something about that, please, for the love of God. You're Doctor Strange.
All right.
I needed to get that one out. His goddamn hair.
Red, what was the ugly for you?
Death of Professor X. Way too fast. Way too fast. You could not get that close to Professor X and kill him like that. No way. No way.
But he died like in that other dimension or in that other...
In her head.
In her head, yeah. But kind of piggybacking off of that, Red, is the snapping of the neck. Just, I know he's old, but it just didn't seem realistic enough for me. You know? But since we're talking Professor X real fast, just I love the theme music when he walked in.
All by Danny Elfman. Danny Elfman did the
just real fast. That was a really great.
The score in this one.
Yes.
Wait, Danny Elfman did the original animated score?
I don't know if he did the original, but he did the whole score for this movie.
Yeah, he did great. I love the musical note fight. That was
pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
Look what Herb says. The ugly. One universe, red lights mean go, green means stop. What madness.
And balls pizza come as balls? What kind of shit is that?
You know what? What am I?
No currency.
No currency area.
Pizza bites, right? Don't they make those little bagel bites? That's kind of like
these are not these are pizza balls, baby. Tiny pepperonis.
That's like the phone dimension in Rick and Morty where everything is made out of phones. There's pizza phones and like it's weird.
I want the tiny pepperonis. That's what I want.
What about you, Luke? What's your ugly?
I'm going with Herbs. The Illuminati deaths fight just pissed me off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These guys are some of the strong. Like, first of all, there's a couple A-listers in there. These are not B, C, D list heroes. These, I
They're not
mean, Reed
C-list.
Richards and Professor X are full on A-list. You're not going to convince me.
A-list heroes.
No,
They're-
they're
this-
not getting
this-
beat by Wanda.
This movie pretty much states that Wanda's Omega level.
Oh god.
But here's the thing though, like it was also like I have to chalk it up to a completely different dimension. They're just pussies over there. They suck over there. That's probably why. It's just
So you
I
saying
did
she's
not like that part.
non 616 sucks is what this movie was
Are
telling
you
me.
saying
I'm
she's
okay
like
with that.
she's a Dark Phoenix level kind of being, or
At this
Well,
point, they
at
made
this
her.
point, yeah.
They made her Dark
Yeah.
Phoenix level.
But she's dead now. They killed her.
Look
Or
at
she
what
killed
Joe
herself.
says.
She couldn't
They
even
did.
be beat. She could only beat herself.
I don't think she died.
They
She
did
just-
Blackagar Boltagon wrong. And I just like saying that.
Well,
Blackagar
what do you think?
Boltagon.
Did she warp out of there, Red, or what'd she do?
Mm.
No, she just destroyed the temple and you know.
But she let it collapse on her though. So
yeah, but she's not gonna die from that. No way.
No, okay. The deaths didn't seem, I don't want to say the word
They didn't
real
seem
enough,
permanent.
but yeah, they didn't seem genuine enough. What I also hated, you guys brought up the horror element. I didn't think the horror was intense enough in this movie. I saw that they were trying to go for the horror element, and I just didn't feel it was horror enough. Like the intensity of the horrorness wasn't there. When she came out after fighting the Ultron bots and she had like the oil down her face making her look like Carrie, like I thought that was cool. It was a good image, but it didn't hit me hard enough because I didn't feel the intensity enough. I think they just needed to turn down the lights a little bit more, make it a little bit more red.
You're talking Disney, man. Disney can't do horror.
No, we're not
This is-
talking
this is-
Disney.
there's-
We're talking
this is an
talking
attempt.
MCU, not Disney.
I mean, for it
Disney
being,
pulls up purse strings.
for it being a Disney, the deaths were pretty crazy though. I mean, Black Bolt's head
Yes.
exploding.
Yeah.
The even though it didn't look
Captain
real
Carter
to you,
getting
the
cut off.
with Captain Carter, but then even the snapping of the neck I was not expecting that. That was pretty intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure. But okay, for a Disney, it's not a Disney produced, but for a Disney property, I guess. Okay, maybe we can say that it was pretty gruesome. But saying that this movie is a horror movie, I think is stretching it a lot.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that.
Which
There's
is
just
one of the
no
reasons.
way. There's no way Xavier could be best. He has the strongest mind.
We're talking
no
horror.
way.
He's like, he's still on X. We're talking horror elements. He's like, I don't
No,
believe
that is
Professor
the
X.
neck snapping. Just
I know, though, yeah, the
Oh.
neck snapping and sneaking up on Professor X, like all of that, and plus Patrick Stewart's too old. Like I saw it in this movie. I'm like, let it go away now. Like I would have been really happy even if it was the other.
James McAvoy.
Yeah, I would have been happy if it was him too. Because, at the end of that final X-Men movie, when he comes out in a wheelchair and he had his head shaved, he actually looked like the 90s version of Professor X in the X-Men TV show. Like, he really
Yeah.
did. I was so
I did like the
surprised.
go-kart though. That yellow go-kart was sick.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been happy with that.
Yeah. Let me give you guys my little ugliness for this, and I'm going to piggyback off of the Illuminati deaths. The deaths were ugly in a sense that, like, the way they killed off Mr. Fantastic, I was like, he turned into a noodles and then he just got snapped away. Those were pretty crazy. Another ugly that I found it a little funny. I don't know if it was supposed to be funny, but the whole like hallway chase where like Wanda's limping and she's chasing them, and I'm like, she can fly. I don't like that. Doesn't affect, like, just because she's got a limp, that doesn't mean she can't fly through the hallway, and I guess I could get where they were trying to go a little on the horror, because it was like very like Jason-esque, because Jason or Freddy is chasing us, and I get that what they were doing, but that in itself was a little cheesy, a little ugly for me.
You know what? This is clicking something in my mind. I think Mimi and I, we had we brought something up like that earlier. As soon as we watched the movie, that she was walking around Jason Voorhees style, and we
Yeah.
felt like that was a metaphor for something. I actually am texting her right now to verify, but yeah, like there was no reason for her to be limping around like that, chasing. That was annoying. She was able to fly. She can fly.
And like
She didn't
she
have the airspace to fly though. That's like about roughly 7 feet.
she got the skills. I mean,
She
it's
don't
not
fly
that.
like Superman. She floats. She hovers.
Well, to piggyback on the chase, she's limping. The other three are running, yet they're only like 5 feet like difference. Like, how slow are the three main characters running?
See,
That she's like literally, she can literally see them turn a corner. I'm like, come on, man.
It's like being chased by Zamboni.
that's Sam Raimi trying to do a Friday the 13th movie. That's how I felt about that, and it
Yeah.
didn't make sense.
Speaking of Raimi, did you guys like how? And this I did like how they allowed Raimi to do his Raimi isms throughout the whole movie.
You know what? That stuff worked in 2000.
Oh,
I don't feel like it works now. I don't feel like his directing style can carry over to the MCU successfully. And I think I thought that was a major problem. I was
Oh,
excited
really?
I was excited like, "Oh shit, it's Sam Raimi." Yeah. I don't think it carried well at all. I was really
I,
disappointed too.
I agree with you somewhat. Like this it would not carry well if it was like Avengers Endgame or something. But because it's Doctor Strange, it's a little more quirky. I was able to accept the isms that Raimi threw in there.
Like what though? Like what isms? And that's the thing. Like
The zooming into the face and the screaming things and even the piano stuff. I mean, those are all kind of like
uh,
isms that he does.
adding to the ugliness, the
Yeah.
piano fight, the piano note fight. Oh, son of a
Wait,
bitch!
you didn't like the piano note fight?
I hated that piano note fight. I'm like,
Oh, I
for
liked
real?
it.
Come on, man. Come on,
You're alone in
bro.
that boat. I love that fight.
Yeah, that was one of my
You're
favorites. The whole movie.
the lone
Okay.
person.
All right, cool. One of I will play the goddamn devil's advocate. That fight sucked. Then, if you guys liked it, it sucked even more. um, but overall, the movie wasn't terrible. There was a lot of bad parts, a lot of terrible parts. I was one of the few people who was like super excited in my movie theater to see the Illuminati, like finally get the confirmation, like finally see John Krasinski, like there was like me and maybe like a small handful of people who were like, yeah, because we know how to fucking watch MCU movies now. You get excited, you clap, you cheer, you get really loud. And that's why I go watch an MCU movie in the movie theaters for like the fan reactions. So like I was excited to see them, but I was not happy with how they were treated for sure.
I mean, okay, since we're on the subject of Illuminati, do you think they'll come back in some form?
Hard to
If
say,
they, I
really.
mean, some people. So I saw like, well, okay, if he takes the idea and goes and forms his own Illuminati.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
I'm thinking, yeah. What? That he's gonna form his version?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Since he's the one that's, what between him and America and Peter are the only ones that are jumping through multiverses. Maybe it
But
is a
is
good
Professor
idea.
X dead in
What was that?
616?
Wait, what was that?
Well, I don't think Professor X is a being, or I don't think he's a mutant because they haven't discovered mutants, right? In
Well,
616.
yeah. They ran into mutants. The term mutant has not been established, and it, of course, like Doctor Strange did not know who Professor X was whatsoever. So, I think him starting, or at least helping begin the Illuminati, because he sees the value in it. Yeah,
I,
then, but
I
maybe
think
not the same. Maybe not the same characters, but something along those lines.
I think if anything, they may do a multiverse Illuminati. So they'll take the top brains from different universes, and they'll be kind of like the Illuminati that are preside over all the multiverses. Or since if we're going with the theory that mutants have not yet been discovered, then that's where they could lead into James McAvoy being the Professor X, because it'll be a younger
like a different universe too.
Yeah.
A different universe, a younger Professor X. Makes sense. I'm actually very much okay with that right there. Are we gonna see? We have Fantastic Four, we have the mutants, and we have the Inhumans and Avengers all in one now. Like we have one movie that had all of them, and I think that's cool. That idea is really cool. My question is, are we gonna get Blackagar Boltagon again?
I don't think they're going to use that actor. I mean,
Anson Mount?
I think they'll use a different actor.
Well, that's the same actor as the one in the show.
So I know, but I think that's why they killed him, so that they can. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know too much of his body of work to say anything. I guess he just doesn't look like Black Bolt to me.
Blackagar Boltagon. I just like saying it anyway.
No, he looked like the guy from Mystery Men. The Sphinx.
Wasn't that Hank Azaria's character?
No, it wasn't. Let me Google it while you guys talk.
Do you think that they filmed the Illuminati stuff like it seemed like all those actors they brought back in short notice?
Yeah, because Patrick Stewart's acting didn't feel genuine. I think Haley, out of all of them, their acting, I think Haley Atwell did a good job because she was still consistent. She was at least the voice. She's still in there, so she still had that mentality. The one who played Maria Rambeau, she was kind of out of it, right, for a few years. And
oh shit! Okay.
Did it look like him? Yes.
Yes.
Black Bolt looked like the Sphinx from Mystery Men.
All right. Yeah.
Between his name, Blackagar Boltagon, and the Sphinx image, I want him to come back.
Don't doubt your power; you'll give power to your doubt.
I want him to come back. Blackagar Boltagon. I don't know why that's funny to me. But go ahead, AJ. Sorry.
I was gonna say, to piggyback off of what you just said, I feel like I don't know if it was just her uniform, but it looked like Haley Atwell had like bulked up, like buffed up.
I would
like almost as if like they were intentionally like saying, "Hey, we need you for this, and potentially maybe you'll be in future movies," because it looked like she had, gotten some muscle in there.
I'm wondering if it was just a suit that they bulked her up. I don't think that she bulked up like that, because there was a lot of comments about that, right? A lot of people were talking about that Haley Atwell was big. She was big.
She's buxom.
And a lot of people were wondering. I think just like Shazam, I think it was the suit.
Okay.
I did, but you know what? I could be wrong. I'm not going to stand firm on that.
Yeah, maybe. All right. Well, we've done the good, the bad, and the ugly on this. Stay tuned for this Thursday. We're going to kind of piggyback off of the movie, and we're going to talk about dead specs. Red wants to talk about the dead specs that was discovered in this movie, and
I want to put in my review for Moon Knight too. Next week.
That's Thursday. Right. Yeah, we thought you had overslept, but you're watching the movie. My bad, dude.
I told you on Monday.
Yeah, I forgot.
What? Do I need to put my PTO time with you now?
We just forgot. We forgot, man.
All right.
I just want to say his name again. Blackagar Boltagon. That
okay.
Just
well, with that being said.
Wait. Don't you want to give it the rating? What's your rating?
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
Just real fast.
Before we do in the show, what's a comic rating? I think E-Man's the biggest hater of this movie, so let's have him go first.
8.0.
Wow, that's low. Low.
8.0.
Red.
9-2.
9.2. Luke.
9.4.
And I'm going to go 9.4 as well. Yeah.
I didn't hate it. I did hate a lot of parts. I would watch it again. Definitely not my favorite.
Oh, you can't press and clean that. You can't press and clean that to a 9.8.
8.0. No, yeah. No, you're right. You can't press and clean that. You can't.
At least with ours, there's a potential for a 9.8. Well, that being said, guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys on Thursday. Peace out. Thanks again for listening to another episode of the Sealess Villains podcast, your cultivators of the comic culture. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and email us at sealessvillains@gmail.com. You can also leave us a voicemail or text us at 209-975-7597. Be sure to join Luke Week's Facebook group, Rare Keys and First Appearance Comics. And you can follow us on our 2 Instagram accounts, Sealess Villains and Sealess Villains Podcast. Lastly, follow the villains on their separate IG accounts, at Luke Weeks, at C-List Villainous Red, at C-List E-Man, and I am at AJ the Comic Collector. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you all next